Bonjour et bienvenue. In this video, we will discuss about the negative structure in French. That means how to frame negative sentence in French. So apart with the basic negative structure, referring to do not or does not, we will also learn how to use such negative expressions like personne, rien, jamais, nulle part, ne plus, ne lit, ne ni. Like these expressions, how to use these negative expressions in proper negative sentence in French with examples we will learn in detail. Apart with these negative expressions, I will also let you know how to use these two articles, les articles indéfinis and les articles partitifs, how to use these two articles in a negative sentence. If you are using these two articles with negative structure in French, then how the negative sentence in French will change. In this video, I am going to discuss all these points in detail. So the video will be lengthy. So first of all, before moving further to these negative expressions, so let's focus upon how to make the basic negative sentence referring to do not or does not. So its basic structure is, first of all, you have to use a subject, as any sentence begin with a subject, then na, then verb, and then pa. That means you have to use na, and then verb, and then pa. This whole structure refer to do not or does not. Like for example, if I have to say I speak French, so this is the affirmative sentence. First of all, so let's take the example of affirmative, how we can convert the affirmative in negative. So the affirmative, I speak French, je parle français. Je parle français. So here the verb is parler, which means to speak. Je parle français, I speak French. And if I have to say I don't speak French, then you have to use this structure, na in verb and pas. Je ne parle pas français. Je ne, then the verb you are using parle and then pas. Je ne parle pas français, I don't speak French. So na, verb and pas refer to do not or does not. Suppose if the verb is beginning with a vowel like aime, A-I-M-E-R, aime, then a slight change occur. This E you have to use an apostrophe and the rest of the structure will remain the same. An apostrophe, verb and pas, like the affirmative sentence, I like ice cream. J'aime la glace. In the affirmative also, you are omitting J-E, you are omitting the vowel, J apostrophe. J'aime la glace. I like ice cream or I love ice cream. J'aime la glace. And if you are using in the negative, then how come? Je n'aime pas la glace. Je n'aime, which means an apostrophe. Je n'aime pas la glace. Je n'aime pas la glace, which means I don't like ice cream. Okay, so this is the basic structure of means of making the negative sentence referring to do not or does not. Okay, so now this is the case of do not or does not. Now if we are using these articles in a sentence, then how the sentence changes in the negative one. Suppose let's take the example of l'article indéfini, like un Hyundai, l'article indéfini. If you have to use like j'ai un livre, j'ai un livre, I have a book. You are using indefinite article here, j'ai un livre. So in the negative sentence, these two articles are converted into either DE or D apostrophe. These two articles in the negative means structure either converted into DE if the object you are referring to is, or the term you are using, the noun you are using is beginning with a vowel, then you have to use D apostrophe. Like here, j'ai un livre, I do means I have a book, and if you have to say I don't have a book, je n'ai pas de livre. Je n'ai pas de livre. You are omitting a and using de. Je n'ai pas de livre. Same is the case with the partitive article. If you know like more about this article, partitive article, so you can click on this I button and have a look on that particular video. Means on that video I have given the detailed description of the partitive article, how to use in the affirmative and in the negative. How the partitive article changes in the negative one. So let's take the affirmative. Je mange du chocolat. Je mange du chocolat. I eat some chocolate. So du is a reference of and partitive article je mange du chocolat. This du will be converted into de. Je ne mange pas de chocolat. Je ne mange pas de chocolat. Now here an exception occurs. Please note, an exception occurs if you are using être verb. If you are using être verb with these two articles. If you are using être verb with these two articles, so in a negative sentence, such articles will remain the same. Like, ce sont des robes. Ce sont des robes. These are some dresses. Interestingly, this they we find in both the articles. This they term is common in both the articles referring to some. So here we are using such article with the être verb. So is the conjugation of être verb. Ils sont, elles sont. So these are some dresses. This they will remain unchanged in the negative one. Ce ne sont pas des robes. You can't convert into de. No, it is impossible. With être, only with être it is an exception. With être, if you are using these two articles, so in a negative one, these articles will remain unchanged. There will be no change in the article. Ce sont des robes, ce ne sont pas des robes. They will remain unchanged. They will remain the same. The term, the word will remain unchanged. So this is the rule. So please remember this être rule if we are referring to these two articles and the negative structure. Okay. Now move on to these expressions first of all. Okay. So let's take the example of personne and rien. Personne refers to nobody and rien refers to nothing. And I will tell you the opposite of these expressions also. As if you know the opposites, then it will be easier for you to trace how to and when to use these expressions in a sentence. If you know the opposite of these words, it will be easier. Like personne. Personne is nobody. So the exact opposite will be somebody. You can say quelqu'un. Personne. Quelqu'un. And why I am taking these two first of all, only these two? Because personne and rien, interestingly, personne and these two, personne and rien, can be used at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Depends upon the meaning. It happens in English language as well. Sometimes we can begin the sentence with nobody or nothing. It depends. So the structure will change. So let's take the example if we are using personne at the end. Then again the pattern will be subject, ne, then verb, and then at the last you have to use after verb, you have to use personne. So ne and verb and personne. So the example if we have to say, let's take the affirmative sentence first of all. I see somebody. Je vois quelqu'un. Je vois quelqu'un. I see somebody. So automatically if you notice that word quelqu'un in negative, you have quickly in your mind the word personne in negative. So by removing quelqu'un, you can use personne. Je ne vois personne. Je ne vois personne. I don't see anybody. Or I see nobody. I don't see anybody. So now, then the verb voir and then the verb personne. Here the personne is coming at the end. Je ne vois personne. Suppose if you are using personne at the beginning of the sentence, like if you have to say, even in English, I'm giving you an example. Even in English, it happens. Nobody wants to come. In Hindi, we can say like koi nahi aana chahta. Nobody wants to come. Here, the sentence in English as well is beginning with nobody. Same happens in French. We can begin the sentence with personne. Then the structure changes. Personne, then noun, then verb. Like nobody wants to come. So you can say personne ne veut venir. Personne ne veut venir. Personne, then ne, then the verb vouloir. And interestingly, in this sentence, we are using double verbs together. So there is a different rule how we can use double verbs. In this case, if the second verb is to be used, so it is to be used in the infinitive form, venir. Okay, so personne ne veut venir. Personne ne veut venir. Nobody wants to come. Same case we can find in rien. Rien, if we have to use at the end of the sentence, so again subject, ne, then verb, and then rien. If you have to say, like take the case of affirmative again, rien is nothing, so exact opposite will be quelque chose, something. Rien is nothing, so quelque chose is something. So if I have to say I eat something, je mange quelque chose, je mange quelque chose, and I eat nothing, I don't eat anything, je ne mange rien. Je ne mange rien, I don't eat anything, so rien is coming at the end. So interestingly, if you are noticing that we are using ne is common in such expression, but we are avoiding this pa, which we are using in do not and does not. So, je ne mange rien. Now, if you have to use, let's take the case of jamais, then I will move to that point, which is very important. Now, let's take the case of jamais. Jamais refers to never. So, its exact opposite will be always. How you can say? Toujours. Toujours. So, jamais, if you have to say, she arrives always on time. Elle arrive toujours à l'heure. Elle arrive toujours à l'heure. She never arrives on time, if you have to say. Then again, ne, then verb, then jamais. Ne, then verb, then jamais. So you have to use elle n'arrive jamais à l'heure. Immediately after verb, you are using elle n'arrive jamais à l'heure. Elle n'arrive jamais à l'heure. Now, another point which is very interesting again, these three words, personne, rien, jamais, can be used as a proper grammatical response alone. You don't need to frame a full grammatical statement. This can happen in almost all the languages, but I can guarantee in English and Hindi. Sometimes we tend to shorten our response sometimes, and it generally happens in informal conversation. This can happen in French as well. If we don't want to use a proper grammatical structure response, we can use this personne, rien, jamais as a single word response. Like, take the case of personne. If you have to say, who rang? In Hindi we can say like, किसने phone किया था? So, who rang? So, answer can be, instead of saying nobody called up or nobody rang, we can simply say nobody. Or we can Hindi, we can say किसी ने नहीं. Same case, if you are using this person, you can use personne, rien, jamais as a single word answer. So if you have to say who called up, who rang, so the sentence will be in passé composé, past tense, qui a téléphoné, qui a téléphoné, who called up, and the answer will be, if you are saying in the negative, so answer will be personne. Only personne will be the grammatically correct answer. If you want to give a full grammatical like statement using na and verb and this thing personne, you can do so. But if you want to shorten your response, you can. Same case happens with rien. And same case happens with jamais. Now take the case of jamais. Like the question is, does she arrive always on time? Est-ce qu'elle arrive toujours à l'heure? Est-ce qu'elle arrive toujours à l'heure? So you can say never. No, she never arrives always on time. So you can simply reply jamais. Est-ce qu'elle arrive toujours à l'heure? No, jamais. So this is the beauty of the language. You tend to shorten your phrase as per your comfort, but please don't use in typically formal conversation. Okay, and I think I forgot to tell you how rien can be used. We are using in the beginning of the sentence. I think I have given the example of personne, but not rien. I think. Suppose if you have to use rien in the beginning. So if you have to say like in English, nothing happens. In Hindi we can say like kuch nahi ho raha hai. So nothing happens. Even in English we are beginning the sentence with nothing. Same happens in French. We can use rien, then na, then verb. So the sentence structure will be rien n'arrive. Rien n'arrive. Nothing is happening or nothing happens. And interestingly, I have used the verb arrive in this sentence, and arrive typically refers to arrive, but we have another meaning of arrive which refers to happen. So here it refers to happen. Rien n'arrive. Nothing happens or nothing is happening. So this is the case of personne, rien, jamais. These three can be used as a proper grammatical response. Personne and rien can be used at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. It depends upon your grammatical structure. Now, move on to the another expression, nulle part. Nulle part refers to nowhere. So its exactly opposite will be somewhere. How to say? It will be quelque part. Quelque part. Nulle part, quelque part. So again we have to use at the end of the sentence. Then again no, then verb, then nulle part. How the sentence goes? Suppose I am going somewhere. Je vais quelque part. Je vais quelque part. T is completely omitted in like pronunciation. Je vais quelque part. I am going somewhere. I don't go anywhere. Je ne vais nulle part. Je ne vais nulle part. I don't go anywhere. So na and verb and then nulle part, and you are using na continuously in all the negative structures. Nulle part. So this is the case with nulle part. Now let's take the case of ne and plus. Ne plus refers to no longer and no more. No longer and no more. In this also you have to use subject ne and then verb and then plus. Automatically it refers to no more or no longer, something like that. Suppose if you have to say like there are some biscuits in the box. How you can say il y a des biscuits dans la boîte. Il y a des biscuits dans la boîte. So some biscuits are there in the left, and in the negative if you are saying no biscuit left in the box, like there is no biscuit left in the box. How you can say? You can use na and plus. Il n'y a plus de biscuits dans la boîte. Il n'y a plus de biscuits dans la boîte. And interestingly, if you have noticed, in this we are using they in the affirmative sentence. They is a partitive article. Some, il y a des biscuits. So, in the negative, we are omitting this they into, we are converting this they into the, as there is a rule with these two articles. We have to convert these two articles either into de or the apostrophe in the negative sentence. So, il n'y a pas, il n'y a, then you have to use this plus, il n'y a plus de biscuits, il n'y a plus de biscuits dans la boîte. So there is no biscuit, no biscuit left in the box. So you are omitting this they and convert it into de. Now, let's take the case of na and ni. Na and ni refers to neither nor. In English pronunciation, we can also say neither nor. Both are correct in English, neither and neither. So, na, ni refers to neither nor, and how we can use. In this, you have to remember that first you have to use subject, then na, then after this na, you have to use verb, of course, then ni, and after ni, you have to use a particular term or a noun you are using. Like, if you have to say, j'aime la glace et les chocolats. J'aime la glace et les chocolats. I love ice cream and chocolates. So how you can use? Je n'aime. After now you are using verb. Je n'aime ni la glace ni les chocolats. Means if you are using 2 or 3 nouns in a single sentence, you have to repeat this ni with that typical noun. So here the ice cream and the chocolate. So je n'aime ni la glace ni les chocolats. Okay, and you have to retain this definite article. It's must. But again, if you are using partitive article here in this expression, please note, if you are using partitive article, then how the structure changes. Je mange du chocolat et des bonbons. I eat some chocolate and some sweets. So here again we are using 2 nouns. So see how the partitive article change. Je ne mange ni chocolat ni bonbon. Je ne mange ni chocolat ni bonbon. You have to completely avoid partitive article if you are using neither nor. Okay, complete omission of the partitive article is required. You can't even use de in the negative. The partitive article with neither nor in the negative structure is totally omitted. So, je ne mange ni chocolat ni bonbon. If you are using 3 nouns together, 4 nouns together in one sentence, you have to repeat this ni. It's compulsory. Means with each noun you have to use this ni. Now ni like that. Okay, so this is the case of these negative expressions. Now there is one more expression I have added in this video, though the meaning is not typically negative, but its structure gives the hint of a negative one, like na and then plus verb and then ka. It refers to seulement, refers to only. Seulement refers to only. If you don't want to use this word seulement in a sentence, you can use this typical phrase referring to only. So the meaning is not suggesting the negative one, but you can notice we are using na in a structure, grammatical structure. That's why I have added this typical expression in this video, na plus verb and then ka. Now look at the expression, you only have one bag. है ना, तुम्हारे पास एक ही बैग है, you only have one bag. How you can say वो नावे क साक, वो नावे क साक. And why we are using this thing? Because you are using such article which is beginning with a vowel, so you are omitting वो नावे क sack. You only have one bag. So almost all the points I have tried to cover linked with the negative sentence in this video. So if you think that something is still left, please write to me in the comment section. I will try to cover up in my upcoming video, and please do share your feedback as well, how you find this video. Suppose if you like this video, if you think that the video is fruitful for you or helpful for you, so please do share it with French language learners, and do subscribe the channel as well. So hope to meet you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Au revoir.